Hi everyone! I'm going to give you a quick tour of Somnium space in a different area that I haven't been before. If you look down there, you can see the microphone that Artur usually talks at. We have quick meetups in here. It's been 10-15 people at a time, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. That is where you spawn in. So if you walk right over to this area here, you can jump up on the top too. So I'm going to quickly try to make you dizzy before we get started, and then we'll head down that road toward that blue structure and check out what we see. Okay, that's the Lighthouse. Like I said, this is the amphitheater, and we have meetups there all the time, so I encourage you to come. You hear Artur talking himself, so who better to hear it from than him? You spend a lot of time on Discord, and you hear people sometimes spitting out some cool ideas of what could happen in the future and stuff, but if you talk to Artur, he tells you exactly what his vision is for what's going on in the future, and you can ask him some questions really quickly yourself, too, because it's all here, it's all really quick. Some people are in 2D, and some people are in VR. If you're in VR, you need a PC VR headset combination. But there's a couple builds here. So they own these land parcels just like these green spots. The green spot goes away once you build on it. And you own these land parcels yourself. This one is built by Artur himself. There's an auctioneer thing at the very top, which is pretty cool. This guy over here used some neon objects to get up to the top of his, which looks really cool at night. Come in here. Wow, quite a bit going on in here. Pretty cool. Good job, Artur. Good use of space in here. I like this. This is the Bitcoin Cash giveaway. He had a conversation with Roger Ver and talked about implementing some cool Bitcoin Cash stuff in here, which will be pretty cool. I mean, why not have Roger Ver on your side, right? Pretty cool that they've already had a good conversation. So this is where you would auction everything off. You come right in here, sit down. I can sit down and be like, hey, I bid. And I bid. And Artur can be up there doing his auctioneer. You can put stuff right from the blockchain already in the builder, so you can pull your NFTs and showcase them, build whatever you want on your land, and just at least showcase them here. And you're going to be able to quickly click on it and buy it on OpenSea. So he would be the auctioneer over here. You know, do I have 1 Ethereum? Do I have 2 Ethereum? And people will be bidding over here. So pretty cool. Auctioneer. He was actually talking about having an auction pretty soon too, so we should all come and check it out. Looks like some graffiti over here. This is really cool. I like this.
And the identification of them.
What do you guys?
All
Trains, buses, vans, trucks, anything. Sign, telephone.
Okay, so when you're using the builder, you can put those music bubbles in. You can make the bubble as big or small as you want, and as you're getting closer, you enter into the bubble, and then you back out of the bubble. You can put it as high or low or in certain areas, wherever you want, and the music will start playing. So I actually did a Tiger King parcel, and I put a video of the Tiger King up there of him playing one of his songs, so it's just kind of a funny land parcel, but then I kind of made it look like a jungle in front, and when you come to each one of the corners, I put a little music, a 2-second music clip of a tiger, just like that. So you can see that it took a second to get out of that music bubble, but I put a tiger clip right there of a tiger growling, so when you get onto the land parcel, you have that too. So there's a lot of different stuff that you can do. Pretty cool. Little exercise spot. I like this one. Police call box. Cool. $1963. Cool. Looks like ancient alien type stuff up there. Okay, and we're out. City center, lighthouse. Keep those landmarks in mind. Then you're walking down the road, you get to a certain point, and this is a pretty clear landmark right here, this huge blue house. So that will probably be used more often, you know, a little bit behind the blue house or over here next to this one. So this guy could say right behind that blue house as a landmark. But look at this huge XL parcel, and it looks like two smalls right next to it. This huge XL parcel. You have no idea what people are going to build next door to you, but you own these. A bunch of owned parcels by individuals. All of the open space that you see is owned by Somnium and will not have any more land parcels. They've already announced that. So all of that is private open space. So if you can get one of these land parcels that has a lot of open space on one side, then people tend to go into the open areas to make their way through. You know, if there was something built on every single one of these land parcels, most likely you'd walk down that path right here and, you know, view everything as you're going. Even though there's no road, there's the old-fashioned beaten path that you're going to start, avatars are going to start going down that path. You're not going to walk directly through every single parcel. So when you see that open space, people will tend to go through there and they'll see you from a distance in those open spaces. So some of those parcels out there that have a lot of open space behind them are definitely good spots to have. And then whenever you can come and get up here on top, I encourage it because there's always good views up here of everything else, even if there's nothing up here on top. This one's pretty cool over here. Let's go check that out. So once you start using the builder a little bit, you can start to see the tree object and how they use different stuff. It looks like a fence around the side, certain windows. And then you get an idea for yourself and say, oh, you know what? If I switch the texture on a couple things right here and here, I would actually have a really interesting twist on this person's idea that they already created. So hopefully people start building off of each other to continue involving the entire platform. So many cool things. You're on top of one and you want to run to the next one really quick. You can turn on some YouTube videos. You can climb to the top of the mountains right now. And Somnium is working on different ways to have people use the builder without coding to be able to make interactive experiences for people so that when you do come to this land platform, you might be able to have, you know, a nice little check mark here that says, yo, I really like this land parcel. You get a check of confidence. I do know that the avatars that you run around with are going to have a karma level, which is kind of like a review system for Amazon. And as you get good and bad reviews, you'll have good and bad karma inside Somnium space with the avatar that you continue to use. And you will eventually then, you know, develop good or bad relationships with people. So if people see that you have a lot of good reviews because you've been helping other people and you
self-identification. The type of graffiti we've been seeing in the last 10 years is...
This person is showcasing some art, and that's going to be a big thing here, definitely. All of the artists are going to want a land parcel or a piece of a land parcel to rent. So if you have an XL parcel and you wanted to rent it to 5 different artists, you could have the 5 artists split the rental fee between all of them. It will be a place to go to that showcases 5 different styles of art, and everybody has a chance to possibly make a sale right here in the virtual world. Virtual goods, virtual people, virtual world, using virtual money, all of those things combined is what's going to create this whole economy here so that you can do business. People are going to be selling things like that crypto art. They're going to be selling avatars. They're going to be selling clothes and wearables so I can have a watch. People will buy these things even if it's only $1 for a common type watch or a really nice looking VR watch that does a few extra things, and it will cost a little bit more money. Everywhere you go, people are trying to sell things. Everywhere you go, people are starting their own businesses because that's what people do. Everybody wants to make money. People are go-getters, and they want to sell places. So this is another thing to come on another platform instead of a website to come in. Oh, cool. It's like a mirror over there. Hey. Looks like a whale. whole family of whales. I'm not sure what the term for that is. All right, so let's just assess a few of these parcels right here. All of them are in exactly the same spot. You could say they all have very similar values. But that one in the very top left is an XL that goes 50 meters high that you can build. The medium can only go 25 meters high. The XL is 1,500 meters squared perimeter. The medium is only 600 meters squared perimeter. And you can also go the equivalent underground too, so you're going to be able to build underground 50 meters from the ground and underground 25 meters. So if you look at the cubic space, it's enormously different to get an XL versus one medium. But if you just look at the perimeter and don't think about the double height and double depth, then you're looking at 600 square meters compared to 1,500, which is 2.5 times bigger. But 2.5 times plus double the height turns into 5 times plus double the depth. So you can do the math if you want to, but that's a ton of extra space that you get for an XL. Secondly, aside from the space, if all of them were mediums right here, you have one that looks like it's almost a road parcel, and then you have one, a few that are not road parcels, so you can say that it's on the road. Okay, a little bit of a benefit. One that has the best view of the amphitheater. Not only the best view, the highest view. So all three of these mediums back here are not going to be able to see over that 50 meters high. So unless they build something that's more see-through, like this one with the glass versus that, structure, that's going to be blocking their view. So even though it's not on the road, you might want that parcel because that's closest to the planetarium and there's nothing else over there for sale. There's no other land. It's all private and you have the best views of everyone coming around, but this parcel could be blocked by you. So that one has the views on this side, but everybody coming from the city center coming this way to start running down the road, that one back there could be completely hidden compared to that huge XL. So a lot of differences between these parcels, even though they're in the same spot in the very center, different things that different people might want, different value that different people might want. So a lot of things to think about, but privacy and views is definitely a huge deal. So strategically, this small parcel that you can see right out here has only 10 meters of height and 200 meters square, 200 meters squared of perimeter. So there's nothing blocking it, nothing that could block it from this direct access from city center, and the large behind it can see right over it. So both of those are very similar value per square foot because that person can see over the small anyway. So if it was all smalls in front, then you would never be blocking the people in the back and they'd always be able to see, so they would be just as good as the other parcels. But in some cases that XL right there is blocking the medium behind it, so you never know. But if you come in here in VR, you can see that. Versus if you don't, if you're just looking on the map, it's harder to see. Let's see what this one is. Looks like a rattlesnake. So when you're in VR, oops. When you're in VR, you can walk up to the door, click the button, and start moving it like this. So I opened it up and pushed forward and walked right in. Alright, this is an interesting use of artistic design. Since I know the builder, I know that this is just a few simple objects that are colored, but when you come in here and just look around, it's actually artistic and creative, isn't it? Pretty cool. So the door stays open, and I walk back out, come over here. So I'm just turning my head most of the time. If I turn my head to try to look around, I'm changing the direction of pushing forward with my controller. Oh, I like this one. It's a tree fort. That's very cool. I like that a lot. The trees are there, and then they built it inside the trees. Great job. Great job. We'll check that out in a second. Pretty cool. So we got this door again. Click the button, and you can move it, and then start pushing forward. So if you wanted to avoid putting doors on your land, I would really appreciate it. I All right. Some people might know what these letters mean. I do not. I keep backing into the fence and stuff. And when people build to the very height of your parcel too, you might see it go in and out. So if you're at the very, very height and your avatar is 2 meters tall, like I said, you have a certain height. So if you put the object all the way up to the very height, then it makes it so people can't really climb onto your roof without having a little distortion. So leave a little bit of room at the top if you want people to be able to walk out on your parcel. Let's get up on this tree fort. This one's so simple, but I really like it a lot. It's just a great idea. And they did a really good job with the design. The tree coming right through it. So cool. What a great idea. Oh, look, see, he left it open. He or she. No, they didn't. This door. Cool. You climb this tree? Can't get up there. Being blocked, actually. Let's see. Alright, let's go back. Oh. Let's go back outside, see if we can get up there. Not there. So again, when you are using the builder and you test these things out, you can choose where people, so I can kind of be blocked right there. I'm not saying that this person necessarily tried to block me over here, but when you push this ramp all the way up that abuts it, you can't use the teleport button to get up there. So you can force me to come around to this. Hey, Snakebite, what's up, man?
Hello, it's that Chris Bell person.
Yes, man, what's up?
I'm
Checking
just
out this.
chilling out. I just wondered who was having a look at the gallery there for a minute.
Yeah, you heard me talking to
having a
myself.
look at the
I was just
pictures.
doing a video. I was just doing a quick tour around.
I thought you were going into that gallery there. I saw a dot on the map and I thought, oh, he's going in my gallery.
You know whose tree fort this is? I loved it. It's really cool.
No, I've only just seen it myself today when I came on a bit earlier.
Yeah. Very cool.
Did you see all this new art my buddy has put in? He asked me to put in a gallery, so I've dropped it in here.
Everybody has to open the door themselves. Yeah, so I was just in here and I was saying that this is actually so simple but so creative at the same time, because you can tell when you're using the builder that it's just a square objects and a couple changes, but man,
yeah,
it's really artistic.
Oh, cool. Thank you. But yeah, there's a buddy that I chat to from time to time, and he's in another VR platform, and I keep sort of saying, come into Somnium, come into Somnium.
Yeah.
But he said, look, tell you what, you can bung some of my work on your gallery if you like. So it's all brilliant. So he's given me 7 images to hang up for him, as it were, and what he does like a very slow development of photographs, and then he puts fiber optic like light brushes across them, and he comes up with these fabulous bits here, you know. And I think it's really an intricate way of using light with photography.
So if anybody has seen my previous video, they might have seen Snakebite before. You'll notice that he is still sitting down.
Yeah,
so if you ever come across him in Somnium space, he will be just like this.
You expect me about this high.